Welcome to today's Facebook Live. I'm grateful everybody is here joining me. As always, be sure to comment where you are from, represent your state, represent your country. And if we could just open today with having kind comments, that would make the world of difference for me today in today's Facebook Live after a rough day on social media for myself yesterday, which I'll get into in just a little bit here. But I am glad that you guys are tuning in, and I'm grateful for your continued support of my family. So I had a lot of questions come in about moving. So I will be addressing some of those questions. Cheryl and Connie, you were the first gals that I'm seeing on here. Welcome, glad you were here. We've got a lot of people tuning in right now, so really grateful for that. Linda Cummings, it's good to see you as well. I am really, really grateful for the kind comments in the DMs. Not a single person asked me anything that was like super mean or cruel. So I really appreciate that. Yesterday was a bit rough for me. Brie, it's good to see you. And Hannah, I'm glad you're joining us as well. Terry, it's good to see you as well. Sorry about that. I had my sister calling me right now. So anyway, I will answer that after I film the Facebook Live today. Sally, it is good to see you as well. And I think, is it Cheryl or Cherry? It's good to see you as well. Rachel Wilkie, hi. Thank you for such a kind comment that you sent me over in the DMs on Instagram today. That was so kind. Lori, it's good to see you. And Jessica is joining us as well. I always love hearing where everybody lives, where everybody's from. I just barely got out of the shower. It's been a long day with moving and packing and late nights as of the last week. So Cindy, it's good to see you. Gilbert, are you from Gilbert, Arizona? I have people asking me about bringing the kids on video. I have addressed this before. Skylar and I have agreed that we will not be showing the children on any live videos. They're just too young for that. So by the time my kids are 18, they are allowed to do live videos with both mom and dad, but until they are 18, we cannot legally bring the children onto live videos. So please don't ask that. I've had people ask that in the past, and I've covered this before. Linda, it's good to see you. And Amy Youngman is joining us as well. Thank you. Cheryl, it's good to see you. She's from Florida. And Michelle Cross is joining us as well. Gloria is from Minnesota. Welcome. And Patricia Hobbs is just joined us and is watching too. And we've got people joining us from Texas, and Kelly is joining us as well. We have people from New York, and Linda has just hopped on here as well. So we are going to be covering the move. We're covering how Shayden's doing in Norway. We are covering dating. We are covering just lots of questions that have come in. So I'm going to just dive right into it. And then you guys are welcome to ask me questions along the way. Brenda asked, okay, hold on. I have so many questions that came in, so we are going to address those today. Danae, in the kindest way possible, said, must you move from the house you love? So let's cover that right now. So for those of you that haven't watched the vlog from yesterday, you're going to want to hop on and watch that. I take you guys along with me with house hunting. I did just buy this house that I'm in right now about a year and a half ago, and I have loved this house, and I really wanted to make it something beautiful for myself and for my family. But unfortunately, with inflation, the cost of living and being a single mom of 7 children, it has just been so hard. So the last 6 months have been extremely tough financially on our family. And so I am needing to move. Whether I rent or I buy, I'm still not sure. I need my overhead to be just as low as it possibly can be. Algorithms have changed on both Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And so it is just different than where it once was even a year ago. So anyway, social media is still kind of a new thing that I've had to learn how to navigate. Skylar, my kid's dad, is remarkable at it. He's amazing at it. And he primarily was the one doing it since the quintuplets were born. And so I've really had to learn and navigate this whole world by trial and error, and I am not the best at it. So I do share what I can. I hope you feel that and that I am doing my best. The segment that I filmed yesterday in regards to moving and house hunting, I filmed that right before our Jackson Hole trip, and I was really grateful that we got to go on that. trip thanks to amazing grandparents. That's not something that I could afford on my own. And so it was such a gift for my kids and I to be able to experience that this summer. We had such a good time. So anyway, I filmed that segment. I have tried to be as positive as I possibly can about this move. My kids are aware that we are needing to move. We all agree we've loved this house. We've loved the pool. We've loved the extra space. But downsizing realistically is what we can afford. And so that's why I'm looking at townhomes. That's why you saw 3-bedroom homes that I was potentially looking at. Number one, most important thing that Landon is requested is that we stay in the same school boundaries for him. And so I have looked at everything there possibly is, both renting and buying, that I can afford within those school boundaries. And so the property that I was looking at in the vlog that's a 3-bedroom actually has a loft. And the person that I'm dating right now and getting to know is like, hey, we could turn that loft into a 4th bedroom. So Landon would have his own space and a teen hangout. And so anyway, so that is the plan if I end up acquiring and purchasing that property. But I just need my overhead to be as low as it can be. The rentals are still really high here in Southern Utah, and inflation has just been really difficult for me. And so anyway, I hope that addresses some of the questions in regards to moving and why moving. I know people have said, but you loved that laundry room and you just finished it, which is absolutely true. And the gal that sponsored Goodwin Mill and Cabinets, that sponsored that gorgeous laundry room, I was talking to her and she was like, I really wanted to stay and I really love that laundry room. And she was like, I know, and it was a gift, and I am so grateful. So big shout out to Goodwin Mill and Cabinets. If you were looking for new cabinetry or you want to refinish what you already have, give them a call. Big shout out to them. They are incredibly great to work with and had amazing quality, and the turnaround was really fast. It was just me that took a long time in finishing up with trim and paint and late nights to get that room finished. And then the other company that I worked with for the countertops was out of Fredonia, Arizona, and Fab Quartz and Granite. So if you were looking for new countertops, they sponsored those, and I was incredibly grateful. Such an amazing company to work with. The quality was spectacular. Installation was quick, fast, and easy. And so anyway, big shout out to both of them for working with our family, and we are so grateful. So it actually really helped me when it came to resale of this property, having such a beautiful laundry room. And one of the questions that did come in is, are you going to keep the washer and dryer? No, I had a double set of washer and dryers, which were amazing, but those are going to be included with the sale of this home. So quick story about the sale of the home. About 3 weeks ago, I officially decided to sell this home after 6 months of trying everything I possibly could. I've even worked side hustles that I haven't shared with you guys publicly to be able to make ends meet. Anyway, I decided to list the home. We listed it on a Friday. We showed it 20 times on a Saturday with an open house. And then by Sunday, we had 5 different offers and we were under contract by Monday morning. So this property moved so fast. And so and then right after that, we went and did our trip up to Wyoming, which I was really grateful because I knew once I got back, my wheels are turning on. Okay, I thought I would have a couple months, 2 to 3 months, to find another place for us to go to. So I had just casually looked at those properties like you saw in the vlog. And so now I'm like, shoot, I've got to find a place a lot sooner than I thought. So anyway, I am still house hunting and finding a place. I am seeing lots of comments right now about bringing the kids on video. I have already addressed this. I cannot legally do so, so please don't ask that question. Until the kids are 18, they are not allowed legally to be in live videos with our particular family. Because the quintuplets are just very young. So as much as I love my kids, also they are at their dad's house. So I don't know if people really understand that. I have my kids 1 week on, 1 week off, so I can't just always show the kids in every single video. To be able to do that and what I've been doing, I have to get ahead with my filming, and sometimes that's just not realistic with quintuplets. So Pat, you're asking me the same question. I've already addressed this, so I cannot bring the kids onto these live videos. I also don't have my children right now. They are at their dad's house. Okay, let's dive into some questions. Cindy says from Instagram, how can viewers help? I think love and kindness, continuing to support and love our family just through watching. I try my best to just share moments where I feel joy with my kids, and in doing so, hoping that you feel that as well. Debbie says, so as far as like views, supporting us over on YouTube as well, over at 5 to Love on YouTube would be extremely helpful. Somebody just said, what about a full-time job outside the home? So if you really take a minute and think about that, I would love to be able to do that. I do not have a degree. I put my husband through school, so I don't have a degree. I would be taking a minimum wage job. So and then some days I have kids who are sick, so the cost of childcare on top of that is just a little bit trickier. So as much as I would love to just go out and get a full-time job, also being able to do this, I don't think I've ever filmed like a day in the life of what it takes to do social media, but usually I put the kids down and then I'm up till midnight just uploading footage to produce these vlogs. So I'm just doing my best here to support my family in the best way that I know how. And I think the kids actually love it because they can look back on our life and remember those really sweet moments throughout their childhood. And so I'm actually really grateful that I've been given this gift of social media to share that joy and love that I have for my family with all of you. So I really appreciate that continued love, support, and kindness that you've shown to our family. Let's see. Debbie says, did you financially pick a new home for you and your children yet? So no, I haven't yet. I'm still looking at multiple properties. And of course, I saw a lot of mean comments actually yesterday about how my kids should have a backyard and this and that. I will rent or buy what I can afford. And so a lot of these properties don't have backyards. And that's why I would love to be able to afford a home and a backyard and all of these things that I think my children would love. But financial stability is important. Love is important. And I think home is what you make it. It doesn't matter where it is. And some people are able to live in large homes. Some people can't afford it and they live in small homes and they're just as happy. Home is what you make it. And so the kids and I are just making the best of the situation we're in, and we are going to be happy wherever we choose to live because we have a lot of love for each other. So I hope you guys can understand that. Noreen says, do the Quints have any anxiety with moving to a new place? Is it hard for them to adjust? I think change is an adjustment in general. Do the children have anxiety? No, I think I'm pretty upbeat about this move. And I've just told them we are going to have an adventure and we can make any place we live a home. It really doesn't matter the actual place. Would I love to stay put in the same space for 10 years? Absolutely, yes. But realistically, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the next place we live, I will live there as long as I can, but I will probably end up moving again if there's a better opportunity that opens up financially, or maybe I find just a sweetheart of a man that I choose to marry down the road. So yes, I will move again. As much as I would like to stay put, I hate moving. Sometimes that's just life. So anyway, Lenola asks, will you take your washers and dryers to the new home? I think I just addressed that. As much as I would love to, no. And I think these properties that I'm looking at, I will probably have to purchase a washer and dryer. But after I sell the home, I will have some money from the down payment. So we'll be fine that way. Okay, somebody over on Instagram, her name is spelled on Instagram, Gurobf. She says, I live in Norway and I'm curious to hear about Shayden's experiences. I just did get a text from Shayden that he is headed home from Norway right now. So he's on a flight headed back home. He has had the time of his life, making new friendships, seeing a different culture, learning about a new culture. One thing he said that was fascinating, he said, if you see a cute girl, you don't just walk up to her in Norway and ask her out on a date. He said, you typically do not approach someone you don't know, and you really only ask somebody out on a date that you either grew up with or your family knows or you went to school together. And so he's learning some of these cultural differences between Americans and Norwegians, and I think it's so good for him. He said he got to go to the beaches and it was beautiful but freezing cold. He also has talked about the different foods he's eaten. He said he had something called kebabs that are almost like a burrito. He said were really good, and the chocolate was really good. So hopefully he's able to join me for a Facebook Live next week and can share some of those things. He has taken lots of pictures. He hasn't sent any of them yet, so I am dying to see just what he's been up to, but he has had just the time of his life. So big thank you to his good friend Josh and Josh's Norwegian family that live there, the grandma, cousins, Josh's mom that really just took Shayden under their wing, showed him around, and showed him just the beauty of the Norwegian people and culture. So I'm so excited, so grateful Shayden got to have that experience. But gosh, I'm excited to give him a big squeeze and see all those pictures and videos that he took. So he is doing well. Brenda asks, someone suggested you go into real estate. I love renovating properties and decorating for my tenants. That is something that does interest me. Real estate, but I would have to go get my license, and I wouldn't say I'm like the best decorator on the planet. I know some people have like a total knack for that, and it's something that I think I would have to learn the art of, but that could be really, really fun. And I don't know, perhaps if I remarry some cute guy, he might be like really good at that, and then we could flip properties down the road. But okay, Dustin just joined in. Lori, okay, I've already answered that. You could get a job like other moms to try and keep your present home. I have debated that for the last 6 months, but even if I get a job at minimum wage, it's still not enough to make ends meet. My mortgage is just too high at 7.2% interest rate of when I purchased and acquired this property. And so anyway, I have like done everything I possibly can, but in the end, at the end of the day, a house is just a house. I think love is what makes a home, and family is what makes a home. And so I think simplifying my finances in every way that I possibly can is going to be the best thing for my family. Okay. Let's see. Deborah asks, do you coupon? I've heard it is very popular in America. Deborah, where are you from? Because that's what I would love to know. Back in the day, I did coupon when I just had Shayden and Landon was a baby. I used to have like one of those binders that had like almost like baseball card holders with all the coupons. I knew a gal that did newspapers, and she would just give me like extra coupon stuff every week. And then I would share with her the good deals that I could and just scoop them up. And so I haven't couponed in a long time, mainly because I'm buying like knockoff brands right now of things like from Walmart anyway. And so you can't really coupon for those. And plus I think I would have to purchase, I don't know the newspaper, and I don't have the newspaper. So anyway, so no, I don't coupon, but I do try and shop sales when I can. Anne asks, why don't we see your oldest son? So she's referencing Landon. Landon is almost 14 years old, and he is at that age where he's figuring out who he is, his own identity outside of his family and his parents. And I really want to respect those moments where he's like, Mom, I don't want to be on camera right now. I'm like, that's totally cool. So every once in a while I'll include him, but with his permission. And there are moments where it's just me and Landon and we go out and do something fun, but I want that time for myself and with my son. And so anyway, so that's why you don't see him as frequently. Is he around just as much? Absolutely, yes. And he's wonderful, but I just want to be really respectful of him and the age that he's at. Now, if I was a dude, if I was his dad, that's totally different because it's like male bonding stuff, but to have it be your mom, it's just a little bit different. So yes, he is around the same amount that the kids are, but I just don't include him as much anymore, and that's why. So anyway, I don't mind Anne's question. Lisa says, hi Jamie, do you have any more fun things planned for the rest of the summer? You guys always do such fun stuff. I think we are going to be keeping it simple, but now that it's really, really getting hotter, it's harder to do this stuff outside. So I think, I don't know, like parks, we really have to come in earlier in the day to be able to do that. Because it's just so hot and it's really humid, not as bad as some of where you guys live, but probably indoor things. I really love Confetti Kids Club here in Southern Utah because it's indoor, there's AC, and it's just like a giant playground. We'll probably do things like go to McDonald's and get an ice cream cone and let the kids play in the play place. So indoor things where there's AC, craft projects, that sort of thing. Let's see. Dina says you're doing a great job. Thank you. Colleen is just joining us as well. Welcome. And Kim just hopped on here as well. Okay, Karen says, will your children have to change schools when you move? Landon does not have to change schools. So he's going to be at the same school. It depends on some of the properties that I'm looking at. There's not a whole lot of rentals that are 4-bedroom rentals in the school boundaries close to town. So if I end up renting, they're going to be out by the airport here in Southern Utah. They are the most affordable, but I also have to weigh the gas of getting into town. So we'll just have to see what I end up finding that's the best deal and the best fit for my family. But I'm actually excited. And that's why I was so positive in yesterday's vlog. I actually hadn't even cried about moving until yesterday. And I cried all afternoon because I wanted to see just how the vlog did, and they were some of the meanest comments I have ever read in my whole life. So anyway, yesterday was rough. Today's a new fresh start, and I'm really grateful for kind people on today's live video today. Noreen says, you're amazing, hang in there, and Christy is joining us. Thanks, Noreen, that's really kind. Beth says, please make sure Landon gets his own bedroom. I absolutely agree, but I also have to pick what we can afford. And I'm really trying to find a 4-bedroom, but it's going to still be so very tight, even with a 4-bedroom renting. So we'll see, but I'm very mindful of my children's needs and very mindful more than anybody of what Landon needs. And so Landon's needs come first, but I also have to think outside the box and be creative sometimes as a single mom with what my overhead is. Rosemary is from Germany. You're an amazing mom. Thanks. And Karen is joining us as well. I'm so sorry people are so mean. You know your family. Yes, I think every mother knows their own family and what their needs are, and you make the best of it. And love is what makes a home. It's not how many bedrooms or a backyard or all of that. And I am just grateful for the amazing support system that I have behind the scenes that reached out yesterday at like 10 p.m. and sent me funny emojis that just made me laugh till I almost peed my pants. So I've had like a better day like post 10 p.m. and today, and I'm really grateful. You all know who you are, that are just wonderful, kind people that know my situation and say, hold your head up high, girl, and keep going. And I just think women need women, and we were designed to build each other up and not tear each other down. And the other thing that has come to me, so years ago when I was struggling with infertility, I had a dear, sweet friend who is as classy as all get out. And she taught me something that I will never forget. And she said, this was in regards to infertility, but I think you can apply it to just about any life situation. And what she told me stuck. And she said, Jamie, it's okay to dream a new dream. So as much as I have loved this home, as much as I have loved creating a beautiful space for my family, whether it's infertility, whether it's finding a new space, it's okay to dream a new dream. It's just as valid and just as beautiful as what you thought your plan A was. If you're living what you think is your plan B, Skylar once said to me years ago, maybe this is your plan A. And my plan A has been beautiful all along. Maybe I just can't see it yet. So it's okay to dream a new dream. I don't know who else needs to hear that. I don't know who else is having a really bad day like I did yesterday. I'm just coming out of it today. I was finally able to get my contacts in today. Like my eyes were swollen shut. I cried so hard from some of the mean, cruel comments. Okay, I'm not gonna go there anymore, but I just had to address that publicly today, that there is no need for people to be so hateful, especially in the world of social media, when it is a beautiful thing to build each other up. Life is already hard. We don't need to tear each other down. Okay, not gonna talk about it anymore. Okay, Mimi says, have you thought of working your weeks off? Sad you have to move from the home that you love. I have considered that. My kids have been at such a young, tender age. They've needed me. And on the days and weeks that I don't have my kids and they're at their daddy's house, I have chosen to volunteer in the classroom just as much as I can to be a part of my children's life. And to me, that has been invaluable. I don't get that time back. So I'm really grateful that I had those opportunities, that the teachers worked with me and were so patient and so kind with my kids. So now that they're going to be in first grade, there's not as much volunteering in the classroom. You know what? Somebody just said dream big. And honestly, the guy that I am dating right now, while I was crying my eyes out yesterday, said, if your dreams aren't big enough, that they're a little bit scary, you're not dreaming big enough. So I actually really appreciate that comment, and I think it's absolutely true. excuse me, Cynthia asked, will any of your children be with you on your Facebook Live today? So for those of you that missed that, Skylar and I have agreed that the children will not be shown in any Facebook Lives until they are 18 years old. So I hope you can all be understanding of that. My kids have gone through a lot of change. I wish it wasn't so, but it is so. And so we cannot show them legally on any Facebook Lives. So I hope that you enjoy what I do choose to share. And it is a gift that I share and allow people into my home and share the joy that I have for my children. I don't have to. Part of me, and you guys are seeing me fiery today, part of me is debating whether or not to release Thursday or Friday's vlog. There were some really sweet, wonderful, incredible people that I got to meet over this last weekend. And I don't know, I might hold that vlog and keep it till next week until things just like calm down a little bit on social media. But if people can be kind and positive to each other, to myself, to my family, to my co-parent, to their dad, Skylar Scott, then maybe I'll release that vlog this week. But yesterday, I just wanted to tune out social media and shut the world out and pull the covers over my face. So anyway, I really appreciate people being super, super kind. Okay, let's see. I think I have covered all of the questions that have come in. A lot of them were the same. So if you didn't hear your name that was mentioned, it's because a lot of these questions, everyone was asking the same question. So I hope that covers just a little bit. I just don't see the need to be like super sad about moving. It is the absolute best decision for my family. I'm really grateful for the opportunity that are placed before me. And I'm actually excited to create a beautiful space for my family again, and we can make any place home. Okay, Tammy Jean is joining us. Okay, if you have questions, I'm happy to take your questions so long as they are kind. Change makes them resilient. I agree with that. And children are absolutely, you're great. Keep up the optimism and the smiles. Thank you, Mr. Scott Gemmel. Some of you gals, he is a single and sweet as can be. You guys should just give him some love over there and check that guy out. Chris, kids are tough. I moved a lot as a kid. Yes, I didn't like moving as a kid, but had I not moved, I never would have moved to St. George. I never would have met these incredible people that I now call deep, dearest friends. I never would have met my children's dad. I never would have had quintuplets. I never would know the life I'm living now. And I would never have grown in the ways that I've grown as a human being if I had never experienced change. And I think change is a part of life. It just is something that you can't shield children from. Change is a part of life. And I think teaching my children the ability to adapt to change is a great life skill. And so my kids are learning that at 6.5 and at 13 and at 18. And I'm really grateful for that opportunity. So anyway, if you have more questions, yeah, and moving is no different if you're a military family. I did read that in the comments yesterday. It's the same for military families. Military families don't always get to pick where they move. And it's true, we really can't judge another person or their financial situation or all the reasons why a person may choose divorce, why they might need to move. And I don't think shaming people is something that should ever be done. We would never knock on our neighbor's door and just go tell them how we think and feel about them personally. And yesterday, it was personal. It was a tough day. So anyway, I'm just really appreciative of the kind people that have championed my family from the very beginning. I'm just really, really grateful for that. Somebody said they're a substitute teacher. I missed the rest of that comment. Will you find a home near the kid's dad's house? The cool thing about Southern Utah is we live in a smaller community. And so most places only take about 10 minutes to drive to. And so since Dad and I are in the same school boundaries for Landon, I'm not too worried about the drive back and forth. And I really respect his life and what he's choosing to do with his time in raising the kids. And so I think it really doesn't matter as long as we're in the same school boundaries. It just works. Dustin is joining us. Let's see. So yeah, I really appreciate just good, kind people. I love your forward thinking and healthy outlook. Thank you. And I really appreciate the kind comments in regards to my co-parent as well. That's what's in the best interest of our kids. So it's just good. Mother knows best. Follow your gut always. You have a beautiful family. Thank you. I feel so grateful each and every day that I get to raise these kids in this lifetime. And for those of you who had followed us from the very, very beginning, you have seen the highs, you have seen the lows, you have seen everything in between. You have seen me in a little hospital gown with no makeup on, bawling my little eyes out. You have seen us through the divorce, the separation. You have championed Skylar, my kid's dad, and I through the process. And I really appreciate that. It benefits my children. And for those of you who have not made kind comments yesterday, I hope you delete those comments. One day my children may go back and read those. And I don't want my children to cry. I know I cried yesterday. I don't think there's room or space for that in life. Sharon says, let it go. You deserve kindness. Yes, every person, you never know what a person is going through. Kindness, always kindness to my children's dad, kindness to myself, kindness to my family, kindness to my kids, and kindness to each other. I cannot say it enough. It makes a difference. And there is a real person on the other side of that screen that reads these comments. You know, I don't, and some of our viewers have special needs. Some of our viewers deal with depression. Some of our viewers have dementia. They just might not realize it yet. So please be kind when people say, you know, like, who is this person? Or, you know, maybe they forgot because they're aging and they can't remember. Have you thought about renting out your house? Yes, I have covered every single scenario I can possibly think of to stay. But in the end, it's just a house. Love is what makes a home. And home is any place that you are, I think, as a mother. And my kids feel that and they know that. And I'm just grateful. I just feel absolutely grateful. So again, thank you for your continued love, support, and my kindness. Stay tuned as I am house hunting and finding the best fit for my family. I love being a mother. I absolutely love it. I have incredible children that are resilient, that are kind, that are kids, that, you know, get mad and fight and, you know, they're just normal kids. I just happen to have quintuplets and 2 older boys. So anyway, thank you again for your continued love, support, and kindness that you have shown to me. I hope that you will continue to be kind to each other, to myself, to my family, to my co-parent, my children's dad, Skylar. And I hope you cheer us on. Stay tuned for more great content. We will see whether or not I release a vlog this week. If not, stay tuned. I met some incredible people. The person I'm dating, I got to meet his family over the weekend, and they are just so kind. Love to you all. Today is July 24th, where we celebrate here in Utah our heritage, our ancestry. A lot of people have Christian Mormon roots that came and settled these parts of Utah. For me, I have that, but I also celebrate my Native American heritage from little grandma's side of the family. So today is a special day. We'll be celebrating with fireworks. I will be going out on a date tonight with the person I'm dating and extended family, and then we're gonna go watch the fireworks and just celebrate the love that we have for our family. Love to you all. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you can be kind to those in your support system and those around you, and I hope that we can build each other up and not tear each other down as women. Love to you all. Have a great day. I will talk to you real soon. Bye.